Welcome once again to Daily Disciplines. We've been investing some time together talking about reading. and we're going to talk about it again today. My challenge for you today and for me is to make a top 10 list. You say, wow, well that's why we wrote the email to you, so you could give us a top 10 list. And I will, over the course of the next however many weeks, give you some input from my top 10 lists over the years. Because that's an ever-changing list for me. But I was interested once again, I was reading in Charlie Tremendous Jones' book, and I came across one by a columnist, a well-known columnist, who is still in the media today, a man by the name of George Wills. And his top 10 list would include these. Let me just share it with you. The Bible, number 1. Politics, by Aristotle. Apology and Crito, by Plato. Macbeth, by Shakespeare. The Federalist Papers. Democracy in America, by de Tocqueville. The Lincoln-Douglas Debates, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, Night by Elie Wiesel, and Idea of a University by Cardinal Newman. Now, I don't know if that comes anywhere near your top 10 or not. It didn't come near my top 10. Although, the number 1 on his list is the same as the number 1 on my list. And this, of course, this podcast, of course, is not a podcast to talk to you about spiritual things so much as it is the daily process of making your life all that it was created to be. But I guess it's important for you to know where I'm coming from and what I believe in, and that is number 1 all time. Has been for most of my life and continues to be the number 1 book today. What is the most exciting, challenging book that you've ever read? Think about that. Because it will reveal to you something about yourself. Someone has said, and I think rightly so, that we tend to live on the level of the music that we listen to. I also believe that it's possible to tell a lot about ourselves, and for others to tell something about us, by the books that we're reading. There have been times in my life when people have come to me and said, what book are you reading right now? And I'm uncomfortable because I wasn't in the process of reading and it was none of their business. Did you ever feel like that? Well, I don't mean to pry or push or any of those kinds of things in your life. I just want to encourage you that reading will make a difference in your life. Again, as I was going through some of the things that Charlie Tremendous put together, he quoted a number of people and a book that they would like to share with others. And as I read the list, this is a list of 10 or 12 books, I realized that most of these books I've already read. And there are several of them that I certainly would recommend to you as well. Books like Light and the Glory, Iacocca, an autobiography, The Story of Philosophy, The Book of Knowledge, A Man Called Peter, Lives of the Saints, The Hidden Persuaders, and The Power of Positive Thinking. You know, when I first began reading in the area of human success and failure, the area of human motivation, there were some books that I started with that some of them are not well known today. They are not talked about all that much. But we will talk about them in the coming weeks. There was a book by a man by the name of Claude Bristol. It's called simply Believe. Excellent, powerful book. And we'll talk more about that in the weeks to come. But the challenge for me, as I indicated as we began this time together, is that at different stages of my life, different books have been important. And so this week's challenge is, what are your top 10? Have a great day. We'll talk again soon.